It's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass.
Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie Podcast, Poetic Conversations. We are live here on Facebook Live, and thank you. I want to give a shout out to WNB1 Radio, 262 Union Street, New Bedford, Massachusetts, which I share this platform with. Great station, many shows that we have on board, from Mags in the Morning to with Brian Magnet and J9, which is Janine Hunt, and we got Luxury Tax. We have Straight to the Point, Sports Talk, which is every Thursday. And now that the football season's kicking off, it's definitely going to kick up a notch, and they're going to get their shows going. We have the Really Charlie Podcast here on Tuesdays, where I bring on guests, or I may just kind of come on and talk shop on my own. And we have, what else? I'm forgetting something here. forgetting something. Well, I'm not forgetting the music. 24 hours, 7 days out of the week. Add WNB1 radio to your devices, being Apple or Android, and you can listen to hip hop music 24 hours, 7 days out of the week. A great list of music, and it's getting updated all the time. Brian puts out a nice playlist, and definitely grooves. He comes on live occasionally, and definitely gives you the music you want to hear in your ear. All right. So I'm usually on here with Mwalim, the funky professor. Maybe he's tied up. I haven't received a text yet. But that's cool, it's things happen. So we what I really wanted to come on here and really kind of introduce is that I joined and who I failed to mention, but I joined Frequency Live, Roberto Carter, Derek Demers, Jasmine, and Edmund Ray. It's just it's a great team. I've always listened to them every Sunday, and I am going to be there in the behind the scenes, kind of helping out with a few things. And as the host has to take a night off, I actually jump in their spot, and substitute, kind of in-house substitute, and doing my thing. And I'll probably do that with Straight to the Point too. Their sports talk when they're missing someone. I'll kind of jump in. We all have lives, and we're all doing many, many things. So occasionally we have to kind of support each other and be the next person up. I don't want to say the next man up because we have some great women doing their thing in the radio station. So I I know we're all prepared, and that the presidential debate is coming up, and it's going to be the first when these two candidates kind of go head to head. Should be interesting. There's definitely anticipation for it, so kind of tune in tonight, and get to see it. A lot of people doing a lot of powerful things, whether locally or federally, that doing things to try to endorse and actually enhance the candidate that they wish. And it's getting hot and heavy. Got 8 weeks before that date for where we as a country decide our next president. Also in the NFL, we have a great week one. Not a great, it's a good week one because it's week one, right? It's good. And we got to see our teams play, see other teams play, and you get a kind of feel of where they're at and where they need to improve. Definitely need to improve in a lot of the passing stats. Extremely low as far as the NFL. And I want to actually say that. No, I won't even say that, but they're extremely low. And, so there definitely has to be some improvement when it comes to quarterback and receiver play. The yards are definitely down. Most of you like and enjoy fantasy football, and you get your season going. You pick your players, and the most person picked number one was McCaffrey, and he was out yesterday. But the running back Mason filled in very, very good yesterday. That kid is definitely going to get a contract, and the 49ers are either going to sign him. He's on this, I think it's a rookie contract, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's a very relatively low contract for a running back that improved last night, that he is NFL worthy. Very hard runner, very, very productive runner. So I can't wait to see what he does. can't wait to see what the tandem does, or both of them in the backfield, McCaffrey and Mason, and it's going to be a 1-2 punch. The all right, so my Patriots won. They won in a couple of ways, in the win column, and they won in my pocket. I won some money. I did not feel that the Cincinnati Bengals would beat them by 8 or more points. So I definitely got some money in my pocket, thanks to DraftKings. So this is week 2 is coming up, and I am very, very excited about week 2. Only because we're going to see and see the teams play again, and make sure that week 1 wasn't a fluke. Which I hope that week 1 wasn't a fluke for the Patriots and a whole lot of other teams. Most disappointing thing for the whole week 1 was the Jets. I expected a whole lot more. However, they are playing the 49ers, and they were in the Super Bowl last year, so we got to kind of see what goes on in this next coming week with the Jets, and see if Wilson and Rodgers are for real, and Bryce Hall. I think he did what he was supposed to. Could have done a little bit more, but they got behind, so you can't really run the ball. You can run occasionally, but it's not going to be running the ball 2-3 times a series. It's not going to happen when you're down that big. So the high school football started all over the place. College football has started all over the place. I very, very happy with Boston College and what they're doing. Coach O'Brien has got them playing in week 3. Actually, it'll be week 3 for them coming up. So we'll see what happens. And as far as my team, Florida State don't look too good for you. You need to. That defense has got more holes than Swiss cheese. So it's going to be a long season unless they correct that and get that going. All right, let's see. Let me check out a few things here. We should be on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook Live. Going to make sure that my Facebook Live post is public, so you guys can share, and let your friends and family actually comment in the podcast. So let's check that out. I want to mention this. I want to mention it. We have First Friday's comedy night coming up at Ryan's Pub, Wheeler Suites and Inn on 500 Hathaway Road, New Bedford, Massachusetts. That's coming up this week, the 13th, Friday coming up. Need your tickets, go to WNB1.com. That's WNB1.com and purchase your tickets. And definitely, it's a good event. We got a father and son duo along with a great host, and the show is always well attended. So, get your tickets today so you can be prepared for Friday night. Other than that, it's going to go up a little bit at the door, and you'll be paying a higher price, but WNB1.com. Get your tickets for First Friday comedy night. Let's see. All right, what am I doing here? I like podcasting. I really do. This is something that I wish I can do on a regular basis, but gotta pay the bills at home first, right? I am really like I like podcasting, and joining Frequency Live is going to be something. We are going to be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. There's a YouTube channel. There's not too much content on that. But however, I have Frequency Live on the Really Charlie podcast channel on YouTube. So if you want to see some past videos of them and their shows, this past show that we had Sunday night was really, really great. Good show, good showing. The viewing was pretty high, and that's what we want. That's what we want. So we're gonna do some new things. We got some new ideas to bring to it as far as guest, host, and actually production. So I'm gonna do some things, some new things, and I can't wait. And there's between Berto Carter, and it was Crystal. They started with the Wind Down podcast, right? And what a name! That's a great name, Wind Down podcast, which is now changed to the Wind Down Productions, which we have things coming up. But they started that out, and they were doing some good things, and they're still doing good things, right? Crystal has moved on, and we have different hosts, and I just like the show. It just has a combination of different people, different opinions, different ideas, which is carried over to Frequency Live, right? And this is the things, they're trying to bring out all these different things, whether it's the presidential debate, local issues, guests come on and they talk to them. But the subject matter is it doesn't matter. They're going to bring it up. We're going to bring it up, and we're going to talk about it. It's a great thing to kind of sit back and kind of get in the comment section or call in and just kind of bring up an issue. And everyone is on board to kind of deal with the issue, talk about it, agree or disagree, and maybe have some uncomfortable conversations, but it is a conversation. And the platform is allowing so many things to be talked about. So please come out, follow us. It's a great show, and go on the platforms and look. It's the Frequency Live. All right, or the Frequency Live. It's all depends how you say it, but it's on all the platforms: Instagram, Facebook, and it's amazing. Got a new logo. The logo is great. Jasmine kind of hooked it up. She did a great job, so we're getting creative, and we're going to do a few things. So. Let's see. I want to see something here. Make sure I don't have a comment for the show. All right. So the normally we would have like a poetic conversation. Poetic conversation is basically just kind of doing having a conversation about many things, a few things, and any conversation is poetic, right? Poetry is speaking your mind, getting something out, and that's what our poetic conversations are doing. Me and Mwalim, we can talk about a lot of things, and I like him as a well-rounded person, educator, musician, producer. He's just doing so many things. And so when he comes on, get into some conversations, and we're the same age, and so we can relate to each other. And that's what I like. That's what I like about poetic conversations. I'd like to get on here and recite some poetry eventually and do all that, because it's poetry's my thing. Go by the name of a poetic poet. I have some books on the shelf that I've been kind of delaying, but and I actually have my good friend Tanisha Curtis constantly reminded me to get my material going, and also get it produced, so published rather. So I'm trying to do that. So feel free. You have a book idea out there. You want to write a book. Get a hold of me. Get in touch with me, and we can get you started. We can get you started and get that book on the shelf. Like these over here, right? Oh, over here, where they're on both sides of me anyway, so it doesn't matter. So if you have a book idea, let me know. Get in touch with me, and I'll put you in contact with the right people, and I'll get you started. Get you started on your material and producing a hardcover or paperback, or even in some cases an audiobook, which is interesting, very interesting. I love audiobooks because you just kind of play and let someone tell you a story. You kind of join that journey with them, right? And go all parts, in all different directions. And that's what I like to do with my poetry, is just to kind of just go, let it flow. Let me see. All right. Maybe I can read something. Maybe I can. Let me see if I can find something on this phone of mine. And let's go on the poet. Let's go on a Poetic Poets page and see what we have here. Right? Let's see what Charlie Perry has written for us in the past. A year. Yeah, let's talk about that, right? Yes, I think this is fitting here. All right. Got a poem here. It's titled A Year. All right. A year. A year has passed, and all the losses have been greater than expected. A year is short. A lifetime is two. Tomorrow isn't promised. However, today I can say, I love you. I may not repeat the I love you, but no, I always do. A year is gone, and memories are what is left. Make memories every day, so more are left behind. Charles Perry, a Poetic Poets. All right. So it's my little, and I kind of wrote it off this picture right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a couple of candles, right? That's about it. You can focus. So, all right, everyone. I am going to wrap this up. I just want to bring up a few things. Let me read about Friday's, First Friday's comedy night. I'm going to get on that page and actually read their flyer word for word, so I don't mess up anything. This is all brought to you by the folks at WNB1 Radio, 262 Union Street, right on the bottom screen in New Bedford, Mass. And the website is WNB1.com. Spell out the word one. All right, let's go. Let's check out this page here and get to read this flyer. There we go. And checking out the old man there, Stephen Lopes, who's doing some great things. Him and Brian have been doing things for a while when it comes to the comedy nights in the area. So, presenting WNB1 Comedy Night, the first father and son duo of comedy, featuring Hunter Kelly and headliner Gerald Kelly. Hosted by Chris Tabb. The location of the event is New Bedford Whaler Inns and Suites, 500 Hathaway Road, New Bedford, Massachusetts. Doors open at 8 p.m. Show starts at 9 p.m., $25 in advance, and $30 at the door. Contact Steve at 860-209-8358. That's 860-209-8358. And also, if you want advance tickets, go to WNB1.com and you can purchase your tickets online right through the great website we have. All right, everyone. I am going to sign off. This is Charlie Perry of the Really Charlie podcast, and we will be back next Tuesday. I will definitely be back with a guest, most likely. If not, it will just be me. I do have some guests coming up, a couple of authors coming on. They're going to be coming on board. I have to contact a fabulous woman, and she's doing some great things. She's a local crane operator, and she's part of the Owls family in Freetown, Massachusetts. I'd like to get her on air and kind of highlight her amazing abilities on that crane. And so we're going to talk to her, and but I'm trying to set that up soon, and hopefully next Tuesday would be great. All right, everyone, have a good week. And if you need anything from me, my email is reallycharliepodcast@gmail.com. Send me an email or hit me up on Facebook through an inbox and send me a message. All right, I'm going to end this podcast with my favorite song by Peter Lionel Walker. He done a great production out of this, and I never, ever want to change this. All right, take care. Wait. Let me do this. It's my little skit here.
Some black people in this world you can rob, but an old Spanish man ain't that dude. You could jump out of the dark with a gun. You be like, Poppy, give me all your money. He said, I don't give you nothing. You be like, Poppy, you better give me your money before I shoot the shit out of you. He said, look, I'll give you $5, that's it.
It's the Really Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass.